It's a whole new world we cook in. It's a whole new place to eat. We're in season 6 with some brand new recipes, 'cause we're still gonna cook them all and make a pun or two or three.
Hello and welcome to I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. My name is Jeremy Zielik. I'm the host and Dalton Brown of the group. Joining me this week, as always, is...
Friend of the show, Ben Montoya.
Ian Davis, the Manfred Mugler of the show.
Oh shit, oh shit.
Ooh, Evan Aubrey.
Whoa, that was a crisp one.
That crack had some momentum behind it,
Some force.
Some attitude.
Well, let's start with LaCroix Boys. What are you drinking this week on the show?
This week I have a lime and ginger flavored Nixie. Oh,
I don't know what that is.
It's sparkling water. I found it
Okay.
at a Whole Foods because they were out of Spindrift. So it's
all right.
It's fine.
Is it like Bezos' own sparkling water or whatever?
No, I think it's an independent company, but it's like hint of Moscow Mule
Okay.
without the alcohol.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
I like a Moscow Mule flavor, if not
Yeah,
like
you might like
the
this.
drink. Yeah,
All right, Ben, I noticed you got a little bottle there. What's in it?
it's a limonada that I bought earlier today.
Fancy.
Yeah,
Drink most of it.
I already drank most of it. This is just kind of to have something to sip on the show because I didn't really want to drink the alcohol tonight.
That's fine.
And it's very refreshing. It makes me a little bit, this is sort of like Starry, build up. Like I'm working my way maybe down to Starry
Prep your
in terms
palate.
of the lemon lime sodas that are available.
I went to the grocery store yesterday and I walked past a bunch of Starry and I was like, should I buy this? But there's only two options. I had to buy either a 12-pack or 2 liters. And I'm like, I don't want this much Starry.
I think you do.
I don't.
I think you do.
I don't need that. I just
12-pack.
want to try it. If you could give me like kind of like a smaller vessel of Starry. If I saw it in like a soda machine, I would try it. But I don't want 12 Starry to start off with. The Starry yacht with.
You could have
You could have sent one to Ian. You could have sent one to me.
could have saved it with all the other snacks that presumably you still have at your house.
True.
Yeah, what's
True.
that in the background there? Oh, I thought it was a snack. Maybe it's
No,
not.
it's a ghost. I still have that box that all the snacks came in. I should probably throw it away.
Does it smell like burger rings?
No. I will say this: I did eat the bag of potato chips, and
God damn it! Did you make the onion dip?
I've not made any of the dips or soups yet.
Okay.
Hey, Super Bowl's coming up.
Yeah, maybe I'll take it
no.
over to a Super Bowl party and be like, "Here's some onion dip,
Yes, actually.
some garlic jelly."
Well, and so you don't you use the soup to make the dip. That's what that's for. So.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, I ate the chips that had a penguin on it, and I'm gonna let you on a little secret. They kind of just tasted like Ruffles. I couldn't like tell the difference between that and like a normal American potato chip. I'm sorry to the fine
Fucking
people of
swine.
New Zealand.
Tisk.
Just ripping off the fine ridges, those fine American ridges.
Yeah.
Mm.
Ian, are you drinking anything tonight?
I'm gonna crack it, and I want you to tell me what it is based on the crack.
Ooh, okay.
I'm listening. Limoncello LaCroix.
You're in the right brand.
Oh,
Okay.
Is it a narrow LaCroix?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Okay,
No.
so it's a thick LaCroix.
It's a chode.
It's a chode. Is it raspberry LaCroix?
No, but you're not far off.
Okay, I'm gonna cast my vote on pure LaCroix.
You can't see what it is.
is that watermelon?
Guava.
Oh, guava.
Guava.
Sao
I
Paulo.
have not tried that flavor yet. How is it?
I would recommend it. It's a good one.
Okay,
It's
well,
pretty
I
tasty.
have the raspberry LaCroix in the fridge right now, but that's what I'm
The
gonna
black
drink.
raspberry.
Yes, black raspberry. tonight because I'm going to the classic pickle beer, pickle down economics.
Nice.
Everyone's favorite system of government, finally in the form of a beer.
Is this
Pickle down
something that you keep?
economics?
Is this something that you keep buying, or is it like it's just been in your fridge?
I have an unlimited supply in my fridge. No, I usually, when I go to the store, I get a mixed pack of a variety of Bosque Brewing's selections, and this is one of the ones that I choose. There's there's like 3 or 4 of their beers that I really like, and this is one of them.
Nice. I just didn't know if it was like a
certified.
returning beer. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a fave, you might say.
I just wish there were different, like, they could have come up with more pickle-related economic jokes.
For their other non-pickle or economic-related beers.
What about, like, John Maynard Tang?
What?
Let's push it a little bit. What about like gherkinet?
What?
Like a gherkin pickle.
I'm so
that's
out of
like
my element
gherkinet.
right now. I have no idea what we're
What
talking
is-
about.
What is gherkin? Are you just working it? Is that the joke?
Jerking it.
No, jerkin. Like you're jerking it, but with gherkin.
I think we lost the economics tie.
Yeah,
It's
there's
more
no-
pickle tie.
We're, let's move on to the main section of this show, Jeremy.
Well, okay.
You could have said, like, time to go to Gurk. That would have been economic.
That would have been economic.
Well, we're gonna gurk it real good today on this episode of I Choose You. I Choose You is the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. Each week, we randomly select a new Pokemon to cook and consume, and then we share our recipes, and then we decide amongst ourselves who has the most delicious, delightful, and lovely recipe available. This week, we're cooking Aromatisse. Aromatisse?
Aromatisse.
Aromatisse.
Aromatisse nuts.
Oh,
Ooh.
shit. Bam, 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 bam.
I'm back.
You got us real good. There's no way to avoid that. Who won last week? Was it Ben, Evan, me? I don't remember. I'm so bad at remembering things.
I think it might have been me.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
it was you because Ian wasn't here.
Yeah.
It was a 3-way.
So, I was gonna say, so if Ian were here, I would have lost.
I'm sorry. I'm just,
I'm really the third party candidate of.
well, that's what we joked about because me and Jeremy had the same recipe, so we spoiled the vote for.
Yes, that's
ourselves. We
right.
threw
That's
it,
right.
Yeah.
We threw it to Evan.
I was
No,
just
I don't-
recounting. I need to say it
Vocalize.
out loud for me to remember things sometimes.
Hmm.
So that was just part of it. No
Well,
disrespect.
I see. Okay. All right.
Well, Evan, why don't you disrespect our mouths with your recipe?
I need
Oh.
to,
Actually, yeah, Ian.
before you disrespect our mouths, what if there was a beer called Hammer and Pickle? It was like a communist beer.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's pretty good.
That's cool.
And
Actually,
it's the rival beer to pickle down economics.
Exactly.
yes,
I like it.
Yes. Okay. I'm all for that.
Is
I'm
Hammer
for
and
it, yeah.
Pickle is it more sour than pickle down economics, or is it more like alcoholic? Does it like get you more?
It's a little for everyone.
Yeah.
Theoretically, it's different, but in practice, it's exactly the same, but it is $1 cheaper.
Dun, 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 dun.
And well, I like that. Theoretically, it's different, like how communism only works in theory.
Dun, dun,
That-
dun, dun,
the
dun,
joke.
dun.
Yeah,
There it
you
is,
go.
ladies and gentlemen.
Very funny. Please give me awards. All right, Evan, tell us your recipe.
All right. Well, looking at Aromatisse, I read some of the Pokedex entries and noticed that it does talk about it. Some of its scents are pleasant and some unpleasant.
Stanky.
Yeah, you know what else is sometimes pleasant and sometimes unpleasant is jelly beans. Some jelly beans, some Birdie Bots every flavor Aromatisse.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so what I'm supposing here is that you take various Aromatisse. I assume each one comes with a different flavor, and you kind of boil them down until you reduce them and their bones to a gelatin, right? And then you
Their
combine
jelly bean core.
exactly. Yeah, they're jelly bean core. Some might be buttered popcorn, some might be vomit. It's hard to say. Yeah, so you mix that with water and sugar and your aromatisse gelatin. You bring it to a boil, and then as soon as the temperature reaches exactly 230 degrees Fahrenheit, you take the pot off the burner, and then you let's see, your syrup should still be quite liquidy. This shouldn't take more than about like 25 minutes or so. If your syrup gets any hotter than that, it'll make your jelly beans way too hard. So you got to be at the exact precise temperature. And then you get your little jelly bean mold or however you want to shape these things. Maybe it's a fun like ice tray or something of that nature. And then you pour in, all your molds, and then you just let that sit for a little bit. And then, every flavor you could possibly imagine.
Evan, when you're talking about this, I was like, how many jelly bean flavors are there? So I went to the official Jelly Belly website. So jellybelly.com/flavor hyphen guides.
Jelly Belly or Birdie Bot's every flavor?
Well, Jelly Belly was the one
makes
that,
those.
Yeah.
But is this part of that collection of things, or is just the whole Jelly Belly collection?
It's every Jelly Belly flavor, and Ben,
Okay.
This page is fucking long.
How many? Does it have a number?
Do you have
200
a total number that we can guess? Oh,
I would have to count them, but there's 250 different flavors
and more to see.
And they're organized in categories. They have, first is the official Jelly Belly flavors, and it's your classic, normal blueberry and licorice and lemon and stuff, and kind of normal fruit and sweet flavored. But then immediately after that is 6th edition flavors.
6th edition?
Which just makes it sound like a trading card game.
Yeah,
it
kind of sounds like Pokemon, actually.
Yes. I'll trade you my beans.
We should have an episode where it's like, all right, Evan, generate us a random number, see what jelly bean we're gonna eat next.
And guys, let me tell you,
That would
6th edition flavors have some pretty unfortunate flavors that the Jelly Belly Corporation is trying to make us eat. So first up is barf.
They already have vomit. What's any different?
It's chunkier.
Then we also have in this collection as well dead fish.
Wow.
Oh,
what are they doing?
It's the only way
really
to
going for it. I feel like they probably just take fish oil and just drop it in the candy, and that's what makes.
But
did they do this because they wanted to disassociate with J.K. Rowling, so they just made their own or something?
Oh no,
we can make disgusting things too.
Yeah.
No, they still have the whole Harry Potter flavor at the bottom.
Gotcha.
Perfumes.
But I just want to say, also this 6th edition is called Bean Boozled.
Oh,
I like it.
But let me throw up some other Let me throw you some more flavors we got here. We have Old Bandage. Liver and onions. Rotten egg. Stink bug. Stinky socks. And toothpaste.
There's also dirty dishwater.
Yes, there is
dirty dishwater.
Yes.
And I like how there's the challenge on their website. It's guess which one's wish. It's either birthday cake or dirty dishwater.
Yeah, that's why. So the being boozled means that there's two colors that are kind of the same, and one is sweet and one is gross.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. Now, I just want to go down a little bit further to the they have a category called sports beans. I don't know what that means.
Oh, for the beans for your sport, all those athletes out there.
Yes.
Oh, they're energizing or caffeinated jelly beans.
All right, let's go.
And then right below that, we have a cocktail classic. So you can get jelly beans of gin and tonic, margarita, mimosa,
Are they
mojito.
alcoholic?
I hope so.
No shaking or stirring necessary. All the flavor without the alcohol. Boo.
Lame.
Throw me those margarita beans if you know
Yeah.
what I mean.
Oh man.
Excellent.
The only jelly beans in Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville village.
Lastly, I want to highlight the Bean Boozled Fiery 5 flavors, which has Carolina Reaper, cayenne, habanero, jalapeno, and sriracha. So, like most things, jelly beans are the Russian roulette of candies, where it's just stick your hand in there and you're like, who knows if this is going to be just supposed to make you gag or taste pretty good.
Wow, they're really leaning into that. It's like their brand.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dang.
They realize that no one gets jelly beans because they actually like the flavor. They want to be disgusted.
Right. Yeah.
They want this to be a candy crime that is being committed on your taste buds. Yes, Ian.
I did have a question for Evan because you mentioned molds.
Yeah.
Is that really like they have little tiny bean molds that you have to pour it in? I always assumed it was.
Well, so like normally, I think normally they have like they have a tumbler, and not
Yeah.
with an e, not missing the e.
Yeah, they love posting.
They live
And
reblogging.
I think what they do is that like they coat whatever the syrup is in sugar, and then it just naturally forms in like pellets,
Into a
and then
bean shape?
well, I think the way that they tumble it, it becomes bean. Because they also sell like they sell, I forget what they call them.
The belly flops.
Yeah, belly flops, which are like
Those
the
are the ones that
disformed
don't-
beans.
Yeah, they
So I think
have
those
all
are
of the flavor, but none
Exactly.
of the shape.
Shape.
Yeah, so I think if you really want to get that bean mold, or like you could mold them in the shape of an aromatisse if you really wanted to, but
There you
Yeah.
go.
yeah, I'd suggest putting them into something because we don't have that unless you get one of those like rock tumblers that you get out of a Scholastic Book Fair like magazine.
You laugh, but I was looking at those online the other day.
Really,
No, but
for
you-
rocks
were
or
you-
for beans?
Beans.
For
Jelly beans?
It's just neat. I had one. Did you guys have like a rock tumbler growing up? I had one.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Fucking love
It
that
made
thing.
rocks really smooth.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
But,
kind of fun.
but I didn't use it to make candy, so I think
You're using it
the
wrong.
assumptions are different there.
It'd be fun, like for those not living in New Mexico, xeriscaping is a big thing where like your yard is just rocks. There's no grass. And I thought it'd be fun if I got one and then slowly tumbled all the rocks in my front yard. And
Wow,
when I
really
move
get to
out of
know
here,
every rock.
my landlord's
Make
like,
your
"What the-"
yard really smooth.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Just
I was
reminds me of that
thinking that-
SpongeBob meme where it's like smooth SpongeBob, and he's
Yes.
like,
Right.
the corners are
Yeah.
rounded off.
Yeah.
I was thinking, on this topic of Jelly Bellies, my, family in Wisconsin, there was the original Jelly Belly factory was outside of Kenosha, and I remember one time going as a kid, like on a tour there, and I wish I could remember more about like how it was actually made. The thing that I remember most was what Evan mentioned, which is the belly flops. They just
Yeah.
like gave us a bunch because they were like, yeah, they just don't hit quality
Was the
control.
tour you went on done by like a kindly old man in a top hat with a cane that he would like swing around? And then
I
one of
think
your
there
one of your
was.
people fell into the bean vat, and he was like, "Oh well."
They call him Mr. Belly.
Yes.
Who would
I wish that would have been pretty cool.
who would win in a fight? Jelly Belly Man or the Planters Peanut, Mr. Peanut?
Ooh.
Shit.
Okay, so we're imagining Jelly Belly Man. I don't think he actually exists.
Oh, the mascot.
Oh no,
right?
there's a
It's a
Jelly
guy.
Belly
Oh, okay.
mascot.
Yeah,
Like
doesn't it has like
the-
an old timey like 1920s cartoon style face or something?
Yeah, maybe it's creepy. I don't know. It's been a while since I've really thought about this.
Well, I'm on their official website. I'm not seeing it.
What?
Is this like a Beanstein Bears situation?
No, hold on. Hold on. I gotcha.
Guess when Jelly Belly was founded?
1910.
1869.
Yes.
Nice.
Nice. But yes, this little red guy with the chef's hat. This guy is the mascot.
Oh yes,
His name is in fact Mr. Jelly Belly.
Mr. Jelly Belly.
Okay. I think
Please,
this guy
Mr.
could
Jelly
fuck-
Belly was my father.
Yeah. Please call me Belly. I believe this guy could fucking body a Planter's Peanut.
I think so too. He's kind of like built.
He's got those
Dumpy.
mitts.
Yeah,
He
He
does.
do have those mitts.
and he's
Bop, bop.
dumpy.
And like, this guy's packing some fucking heat. Like, I don't know.
Oh,
He's bringing some like Cuphead level violence upon.
Right. Yeah,
Ooh.
he has that like kind of mischievous like cartoon look in his eye.
He just
that,
has like a Gatling gun that shoots beans.
Uh-huh.
bop, 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 bop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think he also like Mr. Peanut eats is a cannibal?
Oh.
He must. I mean, that's how he got his name, right?
That's how he gets so powerful.
My belly is full of all this jelly.
Yeah, this used to just be a person, and he ate so many beans that he just like
became
became the
Jelly
bean.
Belly.
Are
Or
there-
how about this? What if all of the beans come from him? Like they pull
Oh.
the jelly out of his belly. and
That
they-
Rick and,
that-
or that, was that Futurama?
yes, where
Like
they have
soda?
like
The
yeah,
glurg?
the soda comes from like a giant space bug.
Yeah.
Is there a peanut flavored jelly bean?
Well, let's go
there's-
look.
Gotta be.
Must be. Right?
Peanut butter, maybe. Probably
Yeah.
peanut butter. That seems like a a one they would do.
Peanut butter and like, and then there's like jelly.
All right,
flavor.
looking up nut. They have donut flavors.
Oh,
Donut.
I would eat
Yeah.
those.
Coconut. No, they don't
Wow,
have any
coconuts. Ooh,
nut
coconut.
beans.
Hmm.
Jelly Belly, make a nut bean collection this holiday.
Oh,
It's got
wait,
peanut-
It was an official flavor.
You know
It
what?
was.
Controversy.
I bet they got rid of it because people were allergic to peanuts or something like that. They
Oh.
didn't just want to
But
like.
people are
throw it
allergic
in.
to like, I don't know, dog
Vomit.
shit or whatever the flavors they.
Yeah, I mean, in some regards, I'm
I don't think
allergic
it's
to.
the same.
I'm allergic to dead fish because if I ate a dead fish, I'd probably get really sick.
Oh, Ian, you'll be happy to know there is a pina colada flavor.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Jelly Belly is all right with me. I like your recipe.
Of the retired flavors, there's cafe latte, caramel apple, and peanut butter.
They get rid
Retired.
of fucking caramel.
Cafe
Jesus
latte.
Christ.
Caramel apple.
Yeah.
I know, but still.
Oh, I remember caramel apple. That was good.
They kept around caramel corn, but not caramel apple.
Fuck these guys.
Anyway.
What all they stand for. Evan, how big are your beans?
Ooh, yeah. I'm imagining slightly bigger than your normal bean.
Ooh,
I like a little bit more mouthfeel, a little bit more chew. I feel like jelly beans are a little too fleeting for me. I want those to last a little bit.
But it's not a 2-bite bean, right?
Oh no,
It's still
I'm not
a single bite bean.
Yeah, no, still pop it in your mouth, but it's more like Hubba Bubba gum size than it is like Tic Tac.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
not a 2-bite bean. That sounds bad.
Big jelly bean.
Yeah.
I think they actually do make like oversized jelly beans at the Jelly Belly factory too. Like I never tried it out, but I think they do make those.
Ben, can you cut up a jelly bean like Mickey Mouse and to make it really thin?
I forgot that existed. Thank you for reminding me.
And they have to share Donald, Mickey, and Goofy have to share the one barf flavored jelly bean.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before they die.
Exactly. I'll start eating it. Oh man. Yes.
All right. Ian, what's your recipe?
All right. So I too was attracted to like the smells on this Pokemon.
That's true of all food, is that you're attracted to its smells.
I don't know. I feel like there's some food where it's like, oh, this doesn't smell good, but once you eat it,
Cheese.
yeah.
Cheese smells fucking great.
I don't think
Some
pho
cheese
smells
smells fine. Some cheese smells disgusting until you eat it and you're like, hell yeah. But smell alone can be deceptive.
So naturally, I looked up like edible perfume,
naturally.
Yeah.
which I found there's this like whole series of perfumes, this whole genre called gourmand perfume, which like is literally like good enough to eat.
Okay.
And it's all like perfumes that are rooted in, like real scent, like foods, like chocolate or coffee or.
Oh, so they
vanilla.
distill that to turn it into a fragrance.
Sure.
Oh.
Recent invention started in the 90s.
Okay.
Okay.
By this guy I am this week, Manfred Mugler or Mugler. I don't know how to say his fucking name.
It's some fucking
Probably
French guy.
Mugler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he made this perfume called Angel in like 1992, and it
Mm.
changed, according to their website, changed the fucking face of.
Well.
I mean, he
existence.
essentially apparently invented this like genre of perfume.
Interesting.
So can I drink it?
No,
Oh, okay. Well, fuck
It makes
that.
you want to, but you can't.
drink mine though, because
Ah, sick.
what we're doing is we're making our own. So I was looking into like making your own perfume, and there's like people have just like, we could have solved like world hunger by now, but instead I'm going to tell you about like the science behind perfume.
Smellology.
Yeah, there's like different notes that you put in. It's kind of like a song. 20% top notes. Those are the notes you smell first.
Okay.
Okay.
Generally, that can be like basil, grapefruit, lavender, lemon, lime, mint, rosemary, sweet orange. In this case, It is in fact the aromatisse. Aromatisse.
Aromatisse.
I was wondering if someone was going to say
I was
that.
waiting for someone to say that. I just want to be the first. I just didn't want it to be the first thing we did.
I'm not a
You didn't want it to be, hey, welcome to the show. I'm Jeremy, like the Alton Brown of the group. This week we're cooking aromatisse. Wow.
So you get the glands out of it, like the
Mhm.
musk glands.
Mhm.
That's going to be your top note. Because it's fairy type, so I'm picturing it's like a very like sweet, almost like candy-ish kind of like. Oh, well, at least like I guess maybe it's like you have to cut the glands just right, or else you get the real stanky shit.
Mm. Right.
So get the good glands out of it, out of the tussie, and that's about 30%. 50%, you're going to want those middle notes. That's the core of the fragrance. And in this case, we're going to use a mix of black pepper, chamomile, and just a little bit of cardamom to go with it. And then 20% base notes. This is what extends the longevity of the middle notes. And we're going to use vanilla and just a hint of maybe like just a little bit of sandalwood.
Would you consider using vanilla extract?
If it's pure. None of that fake shit. Okay.
None of the like beaver anus shit.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I assume that's where
Vanillin?
the glands are.
Mhm. I mean, it was similar thought process. I was referencing a Tumblr meme of late, which is that everyone is obsessed with vanilla extract.
Oh.
In what way?
They added polls to Tumblr, and it's broken the website. And it's literally all anyone talks about is someone will put up a dumb poll, and then they'll have like a bazillion notes, and everyone's like, "This is what we're talking about for the next week." So,
Well, so one poll was like, "Let's bake a cake," and it was like, eggs and flour and all the things that you would need to make a cake. And everyone, it was like, not a lot of votes for everything else, and it was just like a ton of votes for vanilla extract. So then someone started to make a cake based off of the results, and it was just cups and cups of vanilla extract. So now anytime that there's a poll, someone has to include vanilla extract in it. It's just like it's just what you vote for, Anyway.
well,
that was just a little me. That was just a little me joke.
Very funny.
it's funny for me.
Just like
Ooh, a
TBS.
little treat. Yoink.
So what you need is you're gonna get 2 tablespoons of like a carrier oil, I guess, which I presume is like, I guess what's like holding everything together.
It's an
we're
oil
gonna
made out of a carrier pigeon.
Almond oil.
Okay.
You need 6 tablespoons of 100 proof alcohol. Some websites recommended Everclear, others recommended vodka.
Sick.
Just
Choice is
smell
yours.
like you're an alcoholic.
Yep. You need 2.5 tablespoons of bottled water, 30 drops of the essential oils. So, those flavors we talked about, those scents.
Mhm.
Coffee filter, small funnel, and 2 clean dark glass bottles with airtight lids. I prefer cork for the aesthetic. Pour the carrier oil into the bottle, and then you add all your notes, and you fill the rest with alcohol, and secure the lid. Let that sit for 48 hours. The longer you leave it, the stronger the scents are going to be. And then once you're satisfied, you add the water and then you filter that through the coffee filter, and boom, you got your homemade perfume.
Homemade perfume.
Can I drink this?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Does it have the alcohol content of Everclear?
It's gonna fuck you up.
Okay.
The best way.
But you still can and should spray it on yourself.
Yeah,
like it's perfume.
That's the best part. Is like, fucking do. I mean, have you ever like done a shot, but then like a little bit dribbles down your face?
Imagine if that could just make you smell good.
Yeah. And
Imagine
Could
if
just
you
go
like
up to you and just
spilled.
lick you.
Yeah. I mean, if you spilled like whatever you're drinking all over yourself and it didn't make a huge mess, and it in fact made you more attractive to anybody, then I think people would do it more often.
Also, I was
a
looking
drinking
into
problem.
this. People take musk for strokes, comas, nerve problems, seizures, heart and circulation problems, tumors,
Okay.
and other injuries. So here's the thing: you smell great, and you drink it, and it fucking cures your cancer. And like,
Wow. Yeah.
it's foolproof.
I can't
Yeah.
believe no one's thought of this before, of this obvious cure for cancer.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
So is there an issue with it being like flammable? Is that
Does that stop you from drinking alcohol?
it stops me from like dousing myself in alcohol for sure, like on my body.
I imagine. I mean, it's just like any other. I mean, like when you put it on your skin, it just evaporates off. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's not like you're covering yourself in like oil.
Just lubing
I mean,
right
you could
up.
also do that if you want
Wasn't
to.
there- But there was oils in the thing, you know.
You filtered it out.
Okay, filtered.
Yeah, it's
The
filtered.
oils.
So once it all evaporates, all it leaves is the scent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I'm glad. Like I found this and I was like, oh, I can bring this up on the show too. Apparently, the kids are getting into like perfumes and colognes, like which I know has like always been kind of like a thing, right? Like Axe body spray, but like
Mm.
I'm walking around my classroom and these two sixth grade boys that are like they always try to act tough. They're like smelling each other. I'm like, are you guys fucking smelling each other right now? And he's like,
yeah.
oh yeah, my perfume. I think he called it perfume, not even cologne. And they pull out like these fancy ass bottles that are like $60 each.
Man.
Oh.
Kids are rolling in it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is Franck. I'm like,
Cool.
Excellent.
yeah, and I'm like, wow, you're like even more of a piece of shit than I thought.
No, no.
God damn it. God damn it.
I
Excellent.
mean, so were you like inspired by that scene in Elf where he takes the perfume and sprays it in his mouth, expecting it to be like mouth spray?
Mm,
Is this kind of what they like? You like always saw that and were like, what if you could
if you
just
could.
eat it though? Yeah.
No, honestly, it was just, oh, this Pokemon smells. Can I?
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. The classic, like
Gotcha.
famous blank. That kind of line of thinking.
Famous smells. Perfume.
Yeah, what is the famous smell?
I would say famous smell might factor into my recipe this week.
Oh shit.
Well, I want to say, Ben, you already kind of spoiled it a little bit, which is I have a vanilla-based recipe, and we are actually going to make vanilla extract.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
you already know where my vote's going. That's
Okay,
exactly
well,
why you chose this. Is you already know I'm gonna check, like, of all the options, gonna instinctually choose vanilla extract.
well, I was more going like Aromatisse. It's like it's French. It's it smells good. I was thinking of like kind of putting that together in my head, and something I came up with is French vanilla, which is like a whole like flavor profile that you got going there. Get your vanilla beans from Madagascar, which is the #1 exporter of vanilla in the entire world. That's a fun fact for you. Anyway, you want to make some vanilla extract, and it's basically it's very simple. You get some vanilla beans. You get some good ass vanilla beans. Make sure they're really good, and then you
You're
get
gonna
a
want to
jar.
extract it.
Yes, but this is how you do it. You're gonna get a jar, and then you're gonna put vodka in it, and you're gonna put the vanilla beans in it, and then you're gonna let it sit for a week.
Oh,
There it is.
And there you go. That's
Is
how
that
you
how
make
it
vanilla
works?
extract. Yes, and that's
So it's
vanilla
perfume.
extract. Yep, that's vanilla extract. Pull out the beans, filter it. Bada bing, bada boom. You're ready to put that shit in anything you want. Yes, Ian.
whoa.
What if I only have vanilla jelly beans?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, are you saying they're jelly beans that taste like vanilla? Is what you're
Yeah,
saying?
can I
Yes.
extract those?
I look, Ian, if you want to get a bunch of jelly beans and then put them in 2 cups of vodka and then put them on a shelf for 2 weeks, be my guest. I'm sure it will taste bad, but
That was like college where people were like, "Oh, vodka soaked gummy bears," and they would do that, and then
Oh,
someone
yeah.
was like, "But what does the juice taste like?" And it was just disgusting, but would absolutely fuck you up.
I went to a
Right.
friend's house and they were like, "Oh, here, like, try this shot," and it turned out it was just a jar of Everclear with Jolly Ranchers in it that they've had for years, and they just like do that to everybody, and I almost threw up. That was horrible.
Wait, was it
dear
like as
God.
a prank?
Yeah, I think it's like welcome to my home.
Wow. That's lovely.
Yeah,
That's
and
lovely
by the way,
way
this
to
wasn't in
express
college. This was like we're all fucking like teachers in town, and it's like,
Welcome to my
Wow.
home. Throw up on my floor.
yeah, you're in your 30s. Thanks for this.
Jesus.
Ugh, a jar. Like I'm.
Like, is this something
Yeah.
they made themselves? Like
Yeah,
clothes
Everclear
container?
was distilled,
Picture like one of those big mason jars.
Okay, and it's
brewed in a
covered.
bathtub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess my thing about that is I wouldn't want people to get intentionally sick at my house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't need more people vomiting in my bathroom.
More.
More.
Yes.
God. Already enough.
I guess I did throw up at that was your mom's house.
Yes, that was. Well, you were sick at my house too,
I guess that's true.
but you weren't. Ian got sick one year at Christmas while he was.
Evan's mom poisoned me.
Yeah, it's true.
First
New
Jimmy
Year's.
and his brother in Mario Kart. What a diva.
In between
But-
vom sessions.
Yes, I mean that's how it went. So here's the next thing is that so vanilla extract, that's how you make it. It's you put vanilla in vodka, you let it sit. Simple as that. So for the Aromatisse extract, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take its little ears that have like the color striping in them, and I'm gonna make a wild assumption that that's one of the areas where it produces a lot of What are you doing, Ian?
I'm waiting for you to fucking say it.
Produces a lot of musk.
There it is.
Okay.
All right.
A lot of scent. So we'll put it in, and we're gonna assume that this is the Aromatisse that has like a very pleasant, sweet scent to go along with it. We'll have the extract made, and then we're gonna move on to the second step of the recipe, which is gonna be pear stuffed French Aromatisse toast.
Aroma toast.
Toast, if you will. Yes.
Nice.
So basically, you're going to make a French toast mix, which is going to involve the normal stuff you'd put into French toast, including our extract. So and we're going to also put in some ice cream in there as well. So that's going to be good. We're going to also cut up a pear and mix that in as well. So you're gonna get all this laid out, make your French toast, get some nice French bread, cut it up, let it sit out for like overnight. Next day, make your French toast mix, pour in our Aromatisse extract, dunk that in, fry it up, get some cut some pears, and then put them on the French toast and get your maple syrup, pour it on top. Bada bing, bada boom. You've got Aromatose of French Aromatose.
Nice.
That's my
Damn.
recipe.
Oh man.
this week.
French toast.
No further questions.
Really-
You fucking got me.
Yeah.
Ian has a question though.
Very important. Gonna make or
Yeah.
break my vote.
Make or break. Okay.
What kind of bread?
Oh, true.
Well, you can use a variety of bread.
There's only one right answer.
Oh.
I beg to let's find out what this answer is.
Well, you can use a variety of breads for making French toast. Don't get me wrong,
Ian's
but
about to like log off at the Skype call if you say the wrong word.
but I do enjoy for a nice, moist French toast that absorbs as much of that aromatisse as possible.
God
is
damn
that
it.
you use challah bread.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
That's what it is.
That is technically the right answer.
Feel, man, that's our next T-shirt. Like the only bread that absorbs all the aromatisse.
Yeah.
And it says "Oy vey" on the back.
Or is it? Or oh no. Save that for later.
You know what's interesting about Aromatisse is that it has Matisse in it. Like it's like kind of like an artistry kind of
I
thing
was wondering
too.
if I could work that in there somehow.
Yeah, is
but-
that a reference
Yeah.
to Matisse?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was wondering about it.
Oh, maybe not actually, but it could be.
Like I don't know, in some sort of capacity.
Didn't
Maybe
see
there's
that
like
in that
some
trivia.
inside joke. So I guess that leaves, unless there's more further questions for Jeremy's French toast.
Well, according to the Bulbapedia, its name is a combination of the word aromatic and finesse, which
Mhm.
Finesse.
I don't know about that. But I will say the crazy thing is that its face is based on a plague doctor's mask, and but it's also combined with its lower half is designed to appear like a flamenco or can dancer, which is a weird combination.
That's a very weird combo
of outfits.
I thought it was interesting, like they referred to like the bottom half of it looking like a skirt, and all I could think was like it's wearing like a fuzzy diaper.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
close.
Well,
It is.
They say it's supposed to kind of look like a powder puff kind of situation that you would like use in a makeup cabinet kind of thing. But I don't know. They're kind of all over the place.
Yeah, they are.
Ben, what's your recipe?
Well, my recipe kind of has a little bit of a presupposition, you might say. Because I was looking at Aromatisse and I was thinking of aromatic things, and I was also thinking about like, that moment where something smells good and then turns into something that doesn't smell good, like, but it's the same smell, you know what I mean?
Mm.
And I started to think that maybe this Aromatisse is a little onion shaped.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
has layers.
Got a little bit of a bulb figure, So I'm kind of imagining that, it has like, if that the Aromatisse is a like red onion, essentially, a sweet red onion. And like underneath all that fur and stuff, it's just, layers and layers of bulb. And those layers and layers of bulb have a really sweet scent, but it still makes you cry, once you start chopping into it. That's the, kind of like scent, the aromatics connection.
I don't think.
And
I'm just gonna say I believe that the smell of onions doesn't make you cry. It's just like a chemical reaction that like gets up in your like eyes. If that makes sense.
No, it's a smell so sweet it makes you cry.
Okay.
It hurts. It burns.
Yeah. So this one is that, but different. And also I'm thinking of like those like pink like pickled onions that you'll see as like a side with some, like a vinegar, pepper kind of like brine for some onions. So what we're going to do is we're going to slice up some the onion core of Aromatisse and pickle it and, get it even more pink and flavorful. And then we're going to fry up those pickled onions, like deep fry them, and put them on a burger.
Nice.
So I have for you today a burger with fried pickled Aromatisse onion.
Oh, I'd give that recipe 5 Stanley Yule Nats out of 5.
Ooh.
Do you get that?
And
reference?
so in addition, isn't that The Office?
It's holes.
Yeah, holes.
Oh.
I was also gonna ask, like, is this onion sweet enough for me to just take a bite?
Yeah.
Yes.
When you're making the burger, does Dewey Hill come in and go, "I'll fix
Yeah, does Julie Hill make love to me on the floor of the schoolhouse?
And then he gets killed in a hate crime and I become an outlaw because of it. Bang,
So
bang,
that's
bang.
kind of like when you smell the Aromatisse after cutting into it, that's the story that like it sends you back to, and that's what makes you cry. Is
when you cut open the Aromatisse, the movie Holes just plays in your head for the next like 90 minutes.
Exactly. Anyway, on this burger, in addition to your fried pickled onions, you have some cheddar cheese, some maple brown sugar, bacon, arugula, mayo, and your fried pickled onions. And it's just like a really huge, greasy pub burger with a nice, sweet little sweet and sour kind of fried addition to it.
That sounds good. I'm absolutely so I also have had this on tacos a lot lately, is the like pickled onions thing. It's a welcome addition, I think. Like people are always like, oh no, get that hipstery crap out of my pure foods or whatever. But I'm like, you know what? I could go for some of that.
I like a good pickled onion. I think it can be a very refreshing kind of like crunch to a meal.
Mm-hmm. More
It's a good
so than
flavor.
a raw onion.
More so than a raw onion. Yeah.
What do
Well,
you
I
make?
mean, it is still raw, but it's like, it's got a little more softness to it, I guess. It's not as like, it's not the same as biting into a raw onion, I guess.
What do you think they should start making onion beer?
I was thinking about like onionomics.
Economics.
You're just thinking this is something you're sitting on your like desk at work and you're like leaning back in your chair and someone comes up to you and you're like, "What do you think about it?" And you're like, "Onionomics."
Like thinking about some communionism.
There it is. Well, they must have like, because I also thought about like economics. Like, remember when like nom was like a popular like
Oh.
that was like in the public consciousness.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Do you want to bring nom back?
When we were all nom-inists.
Yeah.
Vietnam.
Yeah. There you go.
CCR. Cue it up.
All right. Onion hamburger. Let's review our recipes. From Evan, we have Aromatisse jelly beans. From Ian, we have Aromatisse aroma that you can also drink.
Perfume.
From
Perfume. Perfume.
yeah,
Eau de
from-
toilette.
yeah. From Ben, we have Aromatisse onion hamburger, and from me, we have Aromatisse vanilla French tease French Aromatisse.
Jeremy, I think it's interesting that you recounted the recipes not in the order that it happened. It's almost like you want your recipe to be the last thing on everybody's
People's
mind.
minds.
Did you forget everyone else as soon as I stopped saying it?
Playing brain games.
Yeah.
But Ben, who won?
Uh-huh.
Well, they said it couldn't be done, but vanilla has won it again. Vanilla extract. Jeremy Zelick.
Wow.
This week, Jeremy Zelick, this week's vanilla extract of the show.
Well, as they say, when I was in high school, people would break into the home economics room to try to get drunk on vanilla extract. So, cuts both ways.
It's just like they say.
Yep.
I'd like to give a honorable mention. Wish I had done this recipe, but I thought it was too obvious.
Oh.
Aromatisserie.
Oh. Why did none of us do that?
Fuck.
Aromatisserie.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That is a good smell. Rotisserie chicken.
I was at the farmer's market today, and this doesn't normally catch me as a farmer's market item, but there was a food truck there that just sold rotisserie chickens, and like the food truck opened up, and it was just like chickens like spiraling. It was bizarre. They all had like coordinated outfits. They had tiny hats. It was a whole. The food truck had like a molded chicken like as part of the. It was
what was it called?
I don't even know.
I'm just like imagining like a carnival of like rotisserie chicken themed like like
it basically
Ferris
was
wheels
that.
and
I mean,
the tunnel of love, but you go through a rotisserie chicken.
Called
Right in the chicken.
Rotisserie.
rated R.
No.
Oh man. Okay. All right, great. But let's move on to the mail section. It's called Whale Lord's Mail Horde. It's where we read your emails, comments, questions, and recipes sent into ichoosepod@gmail.com. Evan, can you read this email from Mike?
I can. This was the other one that I wasn't supposed to read. Here's the one that I'm going to read. Aromatisse, just like Thin Lizzy, finger guns. The boys are back in town. Guitar lick from Babbitt.
The boys are back in town.
Well, Aromatisse is definitely a Pokemon. This can dancing, perfume puff, plague doctor, bird thing is just a little too sexy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, we know what you mean. The tussy.
Let's get some context here. Kalos is basically France, which is in Europe, which is on Earth, which is in France. If there's one thing France is famous for, is its smells, aromas, if you will. In parentheses, perfume, stinky cheeses, the list goes on. The can-can is a French dance style originating in the 1840s that incorporates poofy skirts and high kicks. Pretty sexy, especially by 1840s standards. The plague, which is the big
Also
bad
sexy.
bubonic, the Black Death. Listen, you don't need me to tell me what you already know. Need me to tell you what you already know. I don't need to tell you it was caused by infected flea bites. I don't need to tell you that the fleas rode on rats. I don't need to tell you that the buboes caused by the plague seemed absolutely disgusting. I don't need to remind you that a lot of people died. Actually, that last one I did want to remind you about. Devil emoji.
I want to imagine that the fleas rode rats like cowboys riding horses.
Like they ratatouille'd them.
Yes, the fleas ratatouille'd the rats, which ratatouille'd the people.
The original Ratatouille, the flea.
Yeah.
Ooh. Do you think that's what happened after Ratatouille? Is like everyone just got the plague?
Okay, so
here's
here's
Well,
a
no,
question
because they
for this
washed
group.
the rats in the industrial
True.
dishwasher.
Oh, true.
So The Last of Us, right? The video game, now TV series franchise, about mushroom based apocalypse, right?
Mhm.
The mushrooms are kind of ratatouilleing people, if you know what I mean. Like
They kind of are.
they're kind of pulling a ratatouille.
If that also meant like splitting their head open and like, yeah.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little.
I mean,
grosser.
at a cost, for sure, at a bodily cost. It's no secret. But that is kind of the dynamic at play.
That's
Okay,
true.
what if a mushroom, a fungus, ratatouille'd a flea, which ratatouille'd a rat, which ratatouille'd a person?
Shit.
Then
I would watch if there was like a horror movie where it's like the fleas control the rats and the rats take over people, but then they make us like eat each other. Like we serve each other Hannibal style, like really fine dining.
Okay. Interesting.
Well,
I like it. I like it.
Look, a ratatouille can ratatouille anything. That's all I'm saying. Is it doesn't have. It's not limited to a rat.
What about
Cross species ratatouille?
ratatouille?
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
What
Alternate
aren't we?
universe.
When we're riding on a horse, are we not ratatouilleing the horse?
Oh. Shit. We
So
are
makes you
like,
think.
yeah, pulling its hair and shit too.
Yeah.
So
You know
can make
what?
a horse cook.
Hold up.
You
he's
can lead a
cooking.
horse to water, but you can't make it cook.
Yes.
Teach a man to ratatouille, but you can't.
Teach a horse to cook, and you'll ratatouille for the rest of his life.
I mean, I like that the idea is that like when we're ratatouilleing something else, that like we are obviously not good enough to cook, so we got to cause like another larger animal to cook for us because we can't get it straight.
Well, the pots and pans are all too big. They're all horse sized.
Yes, because we're in like horse land and we didn't realize that their cooking utensils were wrong.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
Evan,
there's a
continue
lot
this
of email
email.
to get through here. All right. So now here's where things get interesting. Plague doctors. Apparently, the stereotypical plague doctor costume is intended to be functional and not just extremely, extremely fashionable. With a heavy leather outer cloak and hood having a bird-like mask, which has built-in respirators consisting of a vinegar-soaked sponge to temper the smells of dead bodies and rotting flesh and keep away the miasma. The bad air, miasma, was thought to be how diseases spread, so herbs and flowers and spices were also stuffed in the beak of the mask to prevent transmission. They wore a large, wide brim to signify that these weird leather-clad birdmen were also doctors. As far as my research goes, it would seem that the classic plague doctor appearance is the work of satire and fiction around the Renaissance, but was then co-opted by doctors in several centuries later during the dawn of modern medicine. Bird? Question mark. Now that the historical table is set, let's get to the nitty gritty. Oh, nitty and possibly even to the gritty. The Philadelphia Flyers hockey mascot. Not to be confused with the gritty viral dance trend. Reason we're all here today is to cook and eat this mon. And with that, I present Plague Doctor Herb Stuffed Aromatisse. We're going to defeather, defur, skin, process your aromatisse meat. Being that it is vaguely bird-like, I'm going to presuppose that it's got a chicken-like quality under those feathers. We're going to carve out some nice aromatisse cutlets, and using your Tinkaton-style big-ass hammer, We're going to pound the cutlets to flatten them out. We're going to take the head of our aromatisse and snap that beak right off to access the forbidden herbs and spices within. Discard the rest of the aromatisse. Sorry, boys, but we're not using the whole hog this time. The most common herbs and spices contained within a plague doctor's mask are lavender, peppermint, flowers such as roses and carnations, juniper berries, and several other items that are questionable as to how edible they are. Take your herbs and spices from step 5 and mix them together in a bowl with garlic, onions, feta, parmesan, and cream cheeses. This creamy herb and spice mixture will accentuate the natural flavors of the aromatisse, whatever that means. Schlop a healthy dose of stuffing down on your cutlets and fold or roll out the cutlet roll the cutlet over to give stuffed appearance, and then use toothpicks to maintain the structural integrity of your cutlets. Get your large cast iron hot, slap some butter down, some more of the herbs and spices from inside your aromatisse face, and to add a nice crispy herbal and spiced crust to your cutlets. Serve with diglet prepared however you like, though I recommend au gratin because that sounds Colossian to me. In my mind, this recipe is the Renaissance version of NyQuil chicken. Au revoir, boys. Mike, Dr. Mike. P.S. I got all dressed up in Plague Doctor attire to craft this recipe because I am the cooking equivalent of a method actor and I'm never taking it off. This is my entire personality now, Plague Doctor guy.
Great. I'm sure that will go well with your friends and associates.
That was a really creative way to loop in the Plague Doctor lore.
That was excellent. It's just been hiding herbs and spices behind its nose the whole time.
Right. It's not really like time-wise the same, but can we get like a steampunk check on where we're at with Plague Doctors? I feel like there's like a kind of a steampunk adjacent
same
aesthetic.
era, yeah.
Well,
different
Plague
era,
Doctor's
but
a little earlier because they didn't have like Tesla coils or whatever. But I could definitely like a leather cloak is a very steampunk thing to have.
And you could see like some guy with a cane and like a Plague Doctor mask, step onto like a rope ladder for like a hot air balloon and fly off,
I think it ties in because it's like you're on your hot air balloon and there's like a big like masquerade ball. And like one of the guests has the like
Plague Doctor mask.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
And they're listening to like Electro Swing or something.
Yeah, that's the music that's playing when they walk into the masquerade ball.
Excellent. All right, Ben, can you read this submission from Pokemaniac Chris?
I can. This is sent in through Discord, and they write, the thing about Aromatisse is you don't eat perfume.
Not if Ian has a word about this.
Yep.
If you've ever tried to eat perfume, you've probably been disappointed and affronted that the same delicately balanced chemicals that make perfume smell good become overpowering and disgusting when you try to eat it. You might use Aromatisse to give another dish of spritz of something appealing, a hint of orange blossom perhaps, or a subtle undertone of petrichor. A high-level one can add a delicate misting of practically any flavor you can think of, but you don't eat Aromatisse. Unless you're on I Choose You. If you're on I Choose You, you pair Aromatisse with the ingredients that can stand up to its overpowering smell. We're going to make a salad of the most notoriously strong-smelling foods in the world. First, you'll want to shave your Aromatisse and save the hair. Chop the Pokemon up and take your pick of the cuts, then burn the hair to smoke the meat. The meat carries all the scents Aromatisse has ever devised, and the hair smoke grounds and accentuates them. Crack open a durian. Always a good step. And chop up the pulp into bite-sized chunks. Keep the husk. We'll be using that as a bowl to serve our ultra-pungent salad. Fill the durian husk with a bed of sauerkraut and finely chopped raw onions and garlic, and a couple handfuls of Southeast Asian bitter beans, also known as quote-unquote stink beans, and some gooey natto, or Japanese fermented soybeans. Toss in a few dollops of poissas, I don't know, a French soft cheese so smelly that it's banned on public transport.
Nice.
For the protein, we have our smoked Aromatisse, and you'll also want a few squares of fermented stinky tofu and some slices of surströmming. Swedish fermented herring, whose smell is supposedly so powerful that it can seep out of a sealed can. Finally, for the dressing, you want some fish sauce, farro seed oil, gloom nectar, and a few drops of watered down muck extract. Toss it all together, pinch your nose, and dive in. I'd normally recommend a LaCroix pairing, but to be honest, after trying this dish, you might never be able to taste anything as subtle as LaCroix again. So this might have to be an oat milk and vinegar week, boys. Nice.
All right.
Good stuff.
That was
yeah.
there was a lot of sense in there.
Well, I think you would vom immediately if you ate that. I'm not gonna lie. But maybe it's like those things that French people eat, where it's like so gross that they upchuck and then they can eat more food, kind of situation. But
Just prepares the body.
yeah, let's consider next week's food as we pick next week's Pokemon at a section I like to call Pick'emon. Evan, can you give me a number between 650 and 721?
How about 680?
680. Have we done this one?
Probably.
We have. So give me another one.
We already did 666, right?
Did
Oh.
we? Let me check. 666
The
is...
number of the beast.
Oh, well, it's close to one we've done. It's an evolution of Spupa. We love Spupa.
Ooh, 710.
710, you say? 710 is Pumpkaboo. We did Pumpkaboo, right? No, we did Gorgeist. That's what we did.
688.
688. After this one, I'm just going to make a suggestion.
Yeah.
We did do a related. Okay. Here's
Very
my
just
suggestion.
choose one. Surprise me.
Well, here it is. It's going to be Go-Goat.
Oh,
Yeah.
So send in your Go-Goat recipes to I Choose Pod next week on the show.
Go
gadget.
to the polls.
Yes.
Oh.
Go Gert, you're Go Goat. Anyway.
Don't do that.
Now is the time of the show where we talk about where you can find our stuff on the internet. It's called plugs. Ben, can you plug for us?
I can. You can follow me on Twitter at Ben C. Montoya, or you can follow me and all of the vanilla extract related content on Tumblr at thefearandnow.tumblr.com.
Nice. Evan.
You can follow me around the internet on Twitter at @E_Van Aubrey. You can sign up for my newsletter at foryourinternet.fyi. I post a lot of design and tech and just fun internet related links there that enlighten your week. I post every Friday. So yeah, sign up before next Friday.
Dang. Hell yeah.
Excellent. Ian.
Find me at Musician Davis. I got some bass covers on Instagram or at Ian Reynolds Photo. That's my photography business. Booking quick for the 2023 season. So get in there. Check out Zoltan and the Fortune Tellers on Bandcamp. Check out the clean version of Rasputin's Dick.
I listened to that the other day. It was a good laugh.
Funnier than the original.
That was pretty good.
And safe for the kids.
Yep.
I have to do a music video for the clean version.
Excellent. You can follow me on Twitter at VelocityPrime1. You can follow me on Tumblr at VelocityPrime1. You can check out my writing at the-avocado.org. I think that covers everything. So it's time to recap the show. This has been I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. You can find us on your favorite podcast apps, including Apple Podcast, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, or your podcast catcher of choice. If you like our show, give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify to help us go up the ranks. If you want more I Choose You goodness, you should check out our social media pages, I Choose Pod on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. You can submit recipes and hang out with your fellow listeners. If you want to be a part of the I Choose You community, may I suggest joining the I Choose You Discord. The I Choose You Discord has a link in the episode description, and you can go there, hang out, talk to people. You can. Someone actually ate Pokemon at a Pokemon restaurant this week, so you can go there, and then she'll describe what
Real
it was like.
life Pokemon.
Yeah, they finally fucking did it. They
Found Pikachu.
and they ate him.
And they ate him. No, but it was really cool. It's like the Pokemon Cafe. I assume in Japan, maybe,
It
or I
seems
don't know
like
where.
it seems like it is, but maybe I was wrong. It looks like
But
it. But
regardless,
they
it was pretty cool.
ate like a Fuecoco. It was pretty cute.
Yeah.
Anyway, check that out. I Choose You Discord. Lastly but not leastly, make sure to head over to the official I Choose You website, ichooseyou.menu. ichooseyou.menu has a full episode archive and a merch store, all designed by one Evan Aubrey. That's ichooseyou.menu. And for the show, I've been your host and Alton Brown of the group, Jeremy Zielik.
I've been your friend on this show, Ben Montoya.
I've been Ian Davis, the Manfred Muggler of the show.
And Evan Aubrey.
And to all the choosies out there in Radioland, in a while, Totodile.
Yeah, I choose you.